She even cried in one of the sessions on how she had neglected herself all these months trying to chase that one particular person.
What were the common points? Why do you think people are so negatively programmed in the first place?
They have a lot of self doubt.
So, who taught you all of this? I'm very curious to know. What was your origin story?
Okay, that's interesting. I have been into spirituality since a very long time. Like I used to love meditations. I have tried all the almost all the meditations available on YouTube. Yes.
So, what were the initial manifestations that you felt that were you achieved?
I have manifested literally everything in my life.
Give one message to all of our viewers who are going to start manifestation journey.
I just want to give one message. When a bird sits on a branch, it does not trust the branch. It trusts its wings.
So, hi guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Non Expert podcast. For me, I was someone who was very confused about what I wanted to do in life. I have tried so many things. I was an accountant, I was a musician, I worked as a volunteer on different things just to understand what I want. But there are some people who figure it out very early in their age that what they exactly want to do in this world. And my guest today is one of those people. She's only 19 years old and she has already built a successful coaching business. And today she has coached thousands and thousands of clients with how to navigate through the challenges of their life as a manifestation coach. And if that wasn't enough, she also has founded a journal company where she's actually giving actionable steps to people to figure out what works for them. So, guys, please help me welcome Sanvi on the podcast. Hi, Sanvi. Thank you for
Hi,
coming here.
Kalyani. That was great. I'm so glad to be here. And my journey in this manifestation has been incredible. I've came across people all over the world
Yeah.
and learning about each and every individual, how they think, their psychology. I have really had an amazing experience learning that how an
Okay.
human brain works in a creative way, how they feel emotions when they relate manifestations to their careers, how they relate manifestations to their specific persons.
So, what is manifestation? If you were to tell a new person who doesn't know anything about it, how will you describe it?
Manifestation is basic definition of manifestation is to match your frequency with things that you want in life.
Okay.
Okay, that is the basic definition, and I have this is what I teach in even in my sessions to my clients, that if you want to attract anything, you need to be that version, you need to be that person in order to get that, and universe will start aligning to
Okay.
help you get that. It's just like making a khichdi. Okay, you want an outcome, but universe will provide you with onions, with potatoes, with a stove, with fire, but you have to cook it for yourself.
Okay.
So that is what is manifestation. And it's been great to unlock how people view manifestation as. I mean, there have been people who manifested without any methods. Like you
Okay.
might have gone through social medias, there are multiple methods, there are multiple people who teach manifestation in a different way, like law of attraction, law of assumption. But our human brain is created in such a way that even without using that, we have an incredible power to manifest, because
Okay.
what we think we create, we are the creators of our own reality.
Let's go back to a little basic. You told me what manifestation is according to you. Now tell me, why do people not know it? And how did you actually come to know about it? What is the science of it?
Okay. People do not know about manifestation is because they feel it's some kind of superstition,
Awesome.
whereas it's not. It is very scientific. It is something that we deal with our mind.
Hmm.
It is what we do on daily basis. If you think about a particular thought and it happens in reality, you might even have experienced it before in your life. Like you're thinking about a particular thing and it happens. So we play a lot with our mind. So what we think, what we keep thinking again and again and again, that is how we manifest things in our life.
Okay.
Okay.
So my most dominantly thought or most repeated thought is what I will achieve in life. Is that what you're trying to say?
Is what you will manifest in life if you keep
Okay.
thinking about that thought and if you take action to with that thought.
Hmm.
For example, if you're thinking positively and you're taking positive action, that thought is highly likely to get manifested
Okay.
in your reality.
Manifesting is basically becoming true.
Yes, becoming true, because you start aligning your energy. You're thinking that you're becoming that
Hmm.
person. You aligning your energy, so you tend to be that version of yourself and manifest that in your reality.
Okay.
Yes.
So what were the initial manifestations that you felt that were you achieved
I
after
have ach-
learning all of this? Like,
I have manifested literally everything in my life. There is nothing that I haven't done without
tell us
manifestation.
your favorite ones.
Going to Scotland.
Okay.
It was my dream to go to Scotland. I wanted to visit abroad, and the situations occurred as such that my dad did got a job transfer exactly in Scotland.
Okay.
So that was my first ever manifestation that came true.
And did you like work towards it? Like the techniques that you now teach people, did you work on those techniques?
Yes. So I basically did scripting. That was one of the methods that I used for
So
my
what is scripting?
manifestation. Scripting is basically writing your thoughts as if they have already came true.
Okay. So I have to write in past tense?
In no, like it's already happened.
Okay.
I will give you an example. Like if you want to manifest $100, then you'll be like, I'm so thankful, universe, that I finally manifested $100 successfully.
Okay.
So that is how it works. You need
So you write as your future self.
Yeah, you write as of your future self who has already achieved all of those things that you want to manifest.
And what does that do to my brain if I write as my future?
That reprograms your subconscious mind into thinking that you already have achieved it. So
Okay.
that makes your energy change. Even if you say that right now, you might feel a shift in your energy. You might feel a change, that increase in vibration. Even if you say that, yeah, I have achieved $100. So you might feel that shift in your energy. And that
Okay.
shift translates your reality into your desired reality.
Okay.
That is how
So apart from
manifestation.
scripting, what else did you practice?
Affirmations. Now we come to that. Now, when I just told you about the $100 thing,
Correct.
that is an affirmation. When you keep telling your brain about a particular thing in order to help it achieve that frequency, that is affirmation. If I tell myself that I'm confident, I'm wealthy, I'm happy, that will structure my energy into thinking highly about myself, aligning myself to that energy, and that will in return help me manifest
Okay.
my desired reality because I'm becoming that person.
So what you said to me, like affirmations and everything, you want to reprogram your mind to actually think in your favor,
Yeah,
what you want.
exactly.
So now you have coached so many thousands of people. What were the common points? Why do you think people are so negatively programmed in the first place?
they have a lot of self-doubt. That's the first thing. They do not believe that they can achieve whatever they are dreaming about or whatever their goal is. They do not feel worthy enough to have that.
Is it like an Indian thing or it's like everywhere?
I think it's everywhere. Everyone has self-doubt.
Okay.
That one thing that they feel that they cannot achieve. They see their idols living that life, they see others living their life, and they feel, will I be able to do that? Or when they struggle in their day-to-day lives, they feel that it's too far.
You're going to be stuck here for a long time.
I won't be able to
Don't
do
see
it.
the hope.
Yeah, I won't be able to do it. Like, will I be able to reach that? Do I deserve it? That's the biggest thing that my clients have faced, that is self-doubt.
So do I deserve it is also a big part of it.
Yes.
Worthiness.
Yes. And that is the reason they feel like they're pretending to be someone they are not. Are you understanding? So when they say affirmations like I am a millionaire, like a basic affirmation, they feel like I'm pretending to be someone I'm not. That is
They can't actually connect with that future self, you know.
exactly.
Because that's probably because you have already defined so much prerequisites for a state that you can't focus on the finished state actually. Right? If I tell you that I want to make so and so amount of money, then I only will first tell myself, no, I need to get this college, this degree, to finish in top 5%. Then I'll get this package probably. Then that will happen. So you're too focused on those things. But like you said, the end state, people don't focus that much on it. Right?
What I feel is that people have structured their brains already. Like, I'll be do this, I do that, and this will be the package that I will get, and this is what I will do. Whereas, what if the universe has something bigger held for them? If they just let their brains flow freely and let possibilities come in their way.
Okay.
Maybe along with the job, they could start something else, but they need to allow their brain to experience that. Right? If they constantly keep structuring themselves that this is what I have to do, this, and this. If they constantly keep thinking about that, they will be in self-doubt. I am
Okay.
worthy of only this particular package,
Hmm.
that I'm worthy of only certain amount of things in my life, and that makes them feel low confident,
Yeah.
even if they want to achieve a big dreams.
When I was researching for this podcast, I read a lot of Reddit comments, because I don't know many people who actually practice manifestation. So I had to rely on online resources. I was reading through comment section of top creators and everything. One thing I found was common is they don't trust in this. Once you practice something, you get the success. Now the system is set. But what if you're a beginner? You don't know whether this thing deserves your faith or not. And what human brain actually, because it's developed from a primate who just wanted to be alive till today's person, uncertainty is the biggest fear factor. So when I say manifestation, how do I deal with that uncertainty and how do I make myself believe in it? Because unless I believe it, I will not be able to make those efforts and stay consistent.
See, there
What do
is
you
a
suggest for
very
that?
basic example for this. When a bird sits on a branch, it does not trust the branch, it trusts its wings.
Oh,
Believe in yourself. You should believe in yourself. That is the reason we say affirmations. You should believe your own wings. That even if there are uncertainties of life, my willpower is so strong that I'll be able to achieve it. No matter what the hardships, that's the goal. It's me versus me. I'll be better every day. So, uncertainties, the branch, it is going to fall one day. It is always going to be there. There is no clear road path to life.
okay.
There is going to be ups and downs. You need to be so sure about your goals, so sure about yourself that I'm worthy of achieving those. So, no matter what comes in my way, I'm going to achieve it.
Okay. So throughout your coaching career, you told me that you're coaching two types of main categories. One would be people who want to have a certain career, one will be people who are trying to manifest a certain relationship in their life.
Yes.
Okay. So can you just give me a blueprint of how do these two areas work? Do you use the same methodology, same process? What do you actually tell people is a solution?
Okay. So, for the career basis, it's very easy for people to manifest material things in their life because mostly people have already detached from that particular thing because it's material.
Please explain me this. Like what is detachment from material?
Okay. So, basically, detachment is once you manifest, you just let go of that thing of your brain. You just let it happen. You just surrender. You just
Okay.
have faith, put actions towards it, but do not constantly think about the outcome. So, detachment is basically letting go of the outcome and not waiting for
Okay.
it to happen.
Okay.
Are you understanding? So, it's like letting go of that thought in your brain that when will it happen? When will my reality actually come true? So, that is detachment.
Letting go of that fear.
Exactly. Letting
Okay.
go of that fear, letting go of
You're
that.
not saying letting go of the desire. You're saying letting go of fear and doubt, right?
Yes, letting go of that thought ki kab hoga. Because if you manifest it today and tomorrow itself you're thinking, it's not come true today,
Okay.
not come true even today. And if you constantly keep thinking about it, so that is not how detachment works. You need to let go of that thought. But yeah, you can put actions towards your goals. For example, if you're manifesting a certain amount, you can put actions towards that. You can work towards that. You can start your own business. You can start your own firm. You can start your own podcast. You can do anything that you want. But just let go of that thought.
Okay.
Okay.
That constant lack that you're reminding
Yes.
yourself of it's
Yes.
not being there.
Yes.
Let go of that
Yes.
feeling.
Yes.
thought.
Let that happen. Let that eventually come overlap with what you are doing. And that will happen when universe aligns with your manifestations.
Okay.
When what you put action into the universe aligns with what you have written, your energy, your frequency, you will automatically manifest that in your life.
So can you give me an example of one of your clients? Don't mention names and all. Just give me the real life story of someone that can actually help most people.
So I'll give you a story of my client who manifested a specific person. This is a reason because when I teach people how to manifest their specific person, one important thing that they learn is to understand their emotions. Because it's very comparatively easy to manifest a career or a material thing than manifesting a person.
Okay.
Because many times my clients are vulnerable, they are anxious, they overthink about that situation, they want that person in their life. So that emotions play a very important role. if they constantly keep thinking about that, if they constantly keep feeling non-worthy of that person, they start getting away from their manifestation. So one of my client learned it a hard way. Her manifestations took 1 month, but I'm so glad how beautifully she did. When she was my client in the beginning, she had same issues: self-doubt, overthinking, anxiety, low confidence about her relationship, if it's going to
So
work
in
or
this case,
not.
she was already in a relationship.
Yeah, she was already in a relationship, and it was like a specific person, but they were in no contact situation.
Okay.
So she wanted to manifest him back in her life.
Okay.
That is also one of the major categories that I am dealing with. So it took her a week. She came back to me. She told that her manifestations are not working. One simple thing that I asked her was, how is she reacting? How are her emotions? She's like, she's feeling anxious every day. She's not able to get out of that energy. So we worked on that. We connected again. We talked about how she can control her anxiety. So she totally got out of that specific person or a no contact energy. She started focusing completely on herself. For 2 to 3 weeks, she was only focusing on herself. She went on a self care day. She practiced meditations. She started feeling worthy. She started cooking for herself, which she would not do. She used to just like be home, sleep, and just order something from online. So that was a great improvement that I saw in her. She started focusing on herself. She even cried in one of the sessions on how she had neglected herself all these months trying to chase that one particular person. She really felt energetic. She felt in her own power. And after that, she just wrote her manifestations and let go of that, like detachment, what we talked about,
Okay.
and got back to her work. And she did receive a message from her specific person. Yeah, and she did end the no contact situation, and they got back.
Okay. So when this person was really low in terms of feelings about her own self worth, she was having negative experiences in her life. But once she
Yes.
started paying attention to her own needs,
Yes.
prioritize herself, actually invested in her own well being through meditation, home cooked food, and everything, she actually started reflecting, the world started reflecting that positive change from their behavior as such, right?
That's true. We are mirrors. So what we do to ourselves, we mirror that energy on our person,
Correct.
on our relationships.
The most difficult part, I think, from what you told me, the whole process of this particular client of yours, was that when she wrote her manifestation and detached, after that, maybe in her case, she got it in like 2 weeks, 1 month. Then how do you actually control that urge of checking, that it does not happen? Or you might feel, ki, okay, this person, it took 1 month. Why did it take me 3 months? So how do you actually clarify that self-doubt from, because every person is different.
Yeah, every person has a different journey, different timeline of manifestation. That's true. I think self realization is more important. Self realization is more important. That some people detach only for a thought that, yeah, if I detach, I'll be able to manifest. They do not detach because they want to detach.
Okay.
They detach only because they have been taught in the session that detachment will help you manifest. So that is a two different psychology. Are you understanding?
That's like cheating on the
Yeah,
manifestation.
yeah. That is just because I've told them that detachment will help you get that. Yeah, I've detached. I will not think about this person. That is what they do. Whereas in her case, she was actually detached from that person. She was actually paying attention to herself.
How do you actually, because you're a coach, right? You have to tell them the truth. How do you judge a person whether it's a cheating wise detachment or real detachment?
You understand that very quickly, because if a person is cheatingly detaching, then they will not be able to be in that energy for a long period of time. There are many clients who said me that they have detached and then came back to me in 3 days. Like, I'm not able to do that. I have been detached, still my manifestations are not coming true. So you are not able to stay in that energy because you have not truly detached. You are just in that thought of detachment. Whereas in her case, when she was in a detachment phase, she was living her best life. I was connected to her. I was following on her social media. I was watching her stories. She was really doing great. She was focusing on her job and everything, going out with her colleagues. So she was really detached. She would only text me, like she texted me twice or thrice on how I was, and everything. So she was truly detached, and I could understand that by the way she was living her life,
Okay.
not constantly in that low energy. That does not mean that she was not sad or she did not had sad days, but she did not let that affect
Okay.
her in any way.
Okay.
Yeah, did not made her feel vulnerable. But that comes with a strong mindset as well. It takes time, and everybody might have their own timing, and we should be able to embrace that timing. Just because she did it in 1 month, you should not feel self-doubt that what if I am not able to do it in month, it is
Okay.
taking me 3 months. Even that needs a strong mindset that my
Yeah.
timeline is different.
That confidence you need to command first
Yes.
in the process and as well as yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because of her example, one major change that I have done in my sessions is I tell my clients to focus on themselves before. Okay, heal yourself first.
Okay.
Be in your own energy before you manifest a specific person.
A specific person, when you say, it means like you have a crush on someone, or
Yeah, that specific person can be a romantic partner, it can be a friend, any person, a specific person. It can be any bond, any connection, any friend that you might have not been contacted since a long time.
okay.
So, it can be any person. Yeah.
Can you explain the science part of this? Because, for example, if I want you to come on my podcast, fine. I messaged you a couple of times. You said no, or you didn't even read it, whatever. So, in this case, you're the specific person, right? I want you only on my podcast to talk about manifestation, for example. So, the logical brain will tell me, okay, find out someone else who can speak the same thing, or just don't talk about manifestation topics, find some other topic. So, I'll have the problem solving wala mode on in my brain. So, how do I actually use this manifestation technique to actually get you to, because for action I can show up at your place and tell you, but how do I convince you to actually do that, apart from actual physical action?
In a very scientific way, sense vibrations. Okay, like
Okay.
a two tuning fork experiment that we used to do in our physics, that if two particular tuning forks are at same hertz, if you strike one, the other starts vibrating as well.
Okay.
Okay, that is a scientific experiment that we had done even in our school time, right? So if you do that, like if you subconsciously think that I am going to attract her as my client, I'm going to attract her as my guest on my podcast,
Okay.
somehow it's gonna overlap in the universe and it's gonna happen, be your reality. That's gonna be created as your desired reality is gonna happen. Now that can be like I might come across your video, or I might really feel attracted to your energy that yeah, I should just go and give it a try to her podcast.
Okay.
Or I might just feel energetically connected to you that yeah, I relate with her a lot. So that is because you're sending same frequency of what is mine.
Okay.
My frequency and your frequency are matching. That is what we call as vibing. We vibe together. Our vibrations are matching. So when that happens, I'll naturally get attracted to you,
Okay.
to your energy, and that might reflect in getting your manifestations come true.
Okay.
And
So the
maybe in
same
your-
process applies for any people that you want to be part of your life experience.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So when someone approaches you for coaching, what is the exact role that you play? Do you monitor their activities? What do you actually do as a coach?
As a coach, I connect with them. The first thing I do is understand their problems. Not only their problems on what they want to manifest, I tell them to go back and tell about their life experiences, how they have grown up, how have they been structured in their life, because that plays a very important role. If you're growing in a functional family, it's easier for people to manifest because the brain thinks in a very structured manner. Whereas I have seen clients who have told me about bad experience that they have faced growing up in childhood and how that has been reflected in their life, and how they have been having very low confidence to a point that they feel like they do not deserve certain things in their life. It's like two scenarios of clients that I have faced. So that plays a very important role. So to begin with, I always ask my client to share about their experiences. How are they as an individual? Okay, about their personality traits.
Okay.
I even judge that because that helps me give them manifestations accordingly. If a person is very practical, like there are clients who are very practical, so I teach them manifestation in a very scientific way. But whereas there are clients who are very emotional and they want emotional support from their coach, so I give them accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, Like they do not want to lean towards practical part more. They want comfort. They want me to guide them through that journey, to understand their problems, to help them
Okay.
like a kid, step by step. Do this, do that. So I understand their background. I understand how they are as an individual, and accordingly guide them throughout their journey
Okay.
in my
So,
sessions.
like, you are a really good coach because we can see how many clients you are actually helping out. Were there any cases where you are not able to give them what they want? Like, the result has not been achieved.
That has happened in very few cases. I wouldn't say a lot of cases. Few cases, yeah, they were not able to manifest, but they do agree that that was because they were not able to provide a lot of time to their manifestations. They were not able to provide a lot of time to their mental health. They were constantly distracted.
Okay.
Okay, they were not able to pour that water to their plant which they were growing. So that is the reason.
Lack of commitment is the
Yes,
common
lack of
trait.
commitment towards their
Okay.
manifestations. You can say faith in your own self.
Okay.
That's what they lacked. But I'm pretty sure that if they overcome that, they will be able to manifest
And
that.
once you see, like the example that you gave, this person was probably in a breakup situation, but they got their relationship that they wanted through your processes. Uh, how do you sustain that result for ever, or at least for a long period of time?
See, like I said, we are mirrors. Our energies reflect to our particular person. Okay, that a specific person. So if you want to keep that results for a long term, you need to be in that energy and keep improving.
Okay.
You grow yourself, you grow your
It
relationship.
will be a journey forever.
Yeah, that's a journey forever. That's what even you do in a very logical or practical mind.
Correct.
You grow yourself in order to grow your relationship. You be a better version of yourself.
So, who taught you all of this? I'm very curious to know. What was your origin story?
Okay, that's interesting. So, I have been into spirituality since a very long time. Like I used to love meditations. I have tried like almost all the meditations available on YouTube. I used to search about it, research about it. I have read a lot of books on this particular topic, and
Which is your favorite book, if you were to name a couple of them?
it was about I don't really remember the name because I'm not a good I'm not good at remembering names, but there was this book about higher self. So it was about a girl. She was talking about how she reached out to this lady who was her coach, a spiritual coach for all her life, and what are the important things that she taught to her about astral travel, about manifestations, about spirit, spiritual world. Yeah, so I'm interested and fascinated about all of those
You had
things.
natural attraction towards all of these
Yeah,
topics, so you learned it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite book is Secrets, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remembered that.
What was one turning point that you placed your 100% faith in this process?
Pardon?
So, there are things in the world, but you haven't practiced it. So, you will not believe 100% in it. For you, what was a turning point that you had removed all the doubts towards this processes?
Because I started experiencing those things in real life.
Okay.
I did had a doubt to begin with in this process, but I started seeing changes in my own life. Like I said for Scotland, it happened. It came true. I started seeing changes in that. Whereas when I read her book about the spiritual world, and I even practiced that, and I was able to connect with my spirit guides and everything. So that started unfolding in my life, and I think people believe a particular thing without any doubt when they experience that. That's what I feel.
Okay.
So,
So, if you were starting a manifestation journey, should you like practice with smaller,
yes,
insignificant
yes,
things?
yes, you should.
You start believing
You
the
should.
process.
You should. I always tell my clients that you should break your manifestations into smaller parts.
Okay.
Rather than saying that I want to manifest a big thing, just break that. I want to just manifest for like from a month for now. Let it happen. Go
Okay.
hand in hand with your manifestation. So not rush.
Okay.
Some of my clients want to manifest marriage. That's like a long term thing, right? Manifest a good, healthy relationship first. Then manifest a commitment towards marriage. Go hand in hand with your manifestations. Do not jump. That's what I have been telling my clients. That makes your brain feel like, yeah, it's happening. It's coming
Okay.
true.
So for this, I realized that first step will be to have clarity on where you're lacking, what is a wrong belief that you're actually practicing for years subconsciously. So is that why you started a journal so that people understand themselves better?
Exactly. That is why I started journal, so that people understand themselves really well. Like, we have this page of letting go, in which you can let go of the thoughts that no longer serve you.
Okay.
Then we have thoughts about your goals, in which they it's like cup of dreams, in which they write their goals, their desires. Then we have blank pages, in which they write about their situations, they write about they can just script, or they can normally use that journal to vent out their feelings.
Okay.
Then we have one particular page which is their safe space. Okay, so in which they can doodle, or they can vent out, write their feelings, their thoughts, intrusive thoughts, or they can make a mind box in which they can write
Oh.
all their overthinkings into.
And where do you find these journals? How can people buy it?
They can buy it from my
Instagram page?
Instagram page.
You are
Yes.
available on Amazon or elsewhere?
No, we are only available on our Instagram page as of
Okay.
now. We have recently started this brand. It's Try Kylos.
So 2025 is the first journal. that you-
Yes, yes.
First year of your.
Yes.
It's amazing.
We launched it.
What is the
this year.
story behind the name of it?
Okay, so Kylos was a name that means sky.
Okay.
And I think people are able to manifest their dreams that feels impossible, just like a sky. Like, you are limitless.
Okay.
You can manifest anything that you want. You can live your best life. You are an energy that has incredible power to hold love, abundance, happiness. And I feel that name just suits it. Like sky, which is limitless,
Lovely.
and powerful.
So you're only 19 is hard to believe actually because you're a very wise person. And I give it as a compliment, because I feel like you have had so much life experience. It doesn't actually depend on age. The wisdom comes with the experience, right? So when a person is approaching you, not everyone's going to be younger than you. Usually, if you look at a coach, they are 90% cases wiser individual than you are. So did you ever face that age wala challenge?
With
in
my
your-
clients?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
do?
face the age wala barrier, in which my clients feel that I won't be able to understand their problem
Yeah.
because of that. But as we went throughout the session, in the end, they are like, I couldn't find a better coach than this. I cannot believe that you are 19 years old and you were able to help me out of this situation.
Did you ever have that when you decided it will be you'll be a coach as a profession? Did you ever think about age as an aspect about it?
Yeah, I did. I had a lot of self doubt as when I started my journey. But the thing is, if you're not able to tackle your self doubt, just say hello. Thoda
Okay.
der, zyada say hello.
Okay.
That's one thing I did. If you're not able to tackle it, just say hello usko. And I did that. And with 2 to 3 clients on my 4th session, I was just relaxed. I was just being my own self. I was just understanding them, talking to them, communicating with them. So if you're not able to go through that road, that if it's difficult, if it's comfortable, you do not stop. You
Okay.
be comfortable,
That's amazing.
but go through that.
On that note, I want to thank you for giving me so much time. Actually, it's a pleasure talking to you. And I really feel a great energy in this room right now, because you're speaking from your life experience. You're not
Yes.
reading out of a book.
Yeah.
Mostly if you watch a YouTube video or something, it's like repetitive statements that are present in all videos. But from you, I feel it's very authentic information. You have actually shared your journey and you are doing it to help people as well. So thank you so much, Sanvi, for being such a generous coach and sharer for of us. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Kalyani. It's been really a great pleasure to talk to you. Just know that you are an amazing person in and out, and you deserve to get all the things that you desire in your life. And your
Thank
smile
you.
is pretty.
Thank you. Okay, thanks for making my day and week. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lovely. Just give one message to all of our viewers who are going to start manifestation journey.
I just want to give one message to all of those people who are going to start their manifestation journey. You are an incredible person, and you can manifest anything that you desire for, literally anything. If you make your mind towards that, you are going to achieve that, and nobody is going to stop you from that but yourself. So don't let your mind be the hurdle, okay? And just go for it. Just do it.
Wow, that's awesome. Thanks, Anvi. Lovely to have you, and we hope to have you back. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you.